Hi everybody and welcome back to Dragon Eye Creations. If you're new here, my name is Laurel and I love to create. And of course, one of my favorite things to create is gnomes, and I really wanted to have some fun this week, so I created the Mario inspired gnome. He is so sweet. I am really happy with how he turned out. This little guy is all about the hat, guys. So I'm going to show you guys right now how you can make your very own Mario inspired gnome. So let's get started. Starting with our polymer clay, I have some white polymer clay and I'm just going to roll it out, cut it into two pieces so they are about the same size, and then I'm just going to smooth them out into some oval type shapes here. So the same thickness and the same size, and then I'm going to start by cutting a thumb and marking out where I want my fingers to be, and then once I'm happy with that, I will cut those out. And then I'm going to just start rolling those fingers in my fingers. So each little finger, just roll it, smoothing out the edges. I use a little bit of cornstarch on my fingers once in a while to help smooth it. Helps it so that the clay doesn't stick to you as well. And then I'm just going to curve it around my finger there. And then add some details with my tool. Some little lines right at the knuckles there, kind of. Make a little cuff around the bottom of his glove. And then poke a hole to add our wire in later. And then get that ready to bake. And then we're going to do the same thing with our second one. Cutting out our fingers. And then we're just going to start smoothing those fingers out again, rolling them up, shaping our hand, adding our details. Make sure to poke your hole. Then we're going to bake those at 130 degrees for 45 minutes. Next, we're going to grab some red flannel, and I'm going to cut out 2 circles at 7.5 inch diameter, and then 1 circle at a 4-inch diameter. And then I'm going to take one of the 7.5 inch ones, and I'm going to cut a circle right in the center of it. It is about 3.25 inches, this circle. Just cut that right out of the center there. Next, the circle that we cut at 4 inches, I am going to run a strip of hot glue along the one side and then fold it in half, leaving us a hole on the one side. So once that is all pressed together, we are going to turn that right side out. It is a little tricky, but we can do it. And then we're going to just take our corner there that we have the hole in, tuck the edges in, run some glue along the inside and push it together. Tucking those pieces in again. It's a little tricky. Next, we are going to cut some little tabs all the way around our inner circle that we made here. And then we're going to run a strip of hot glue just along the one side for now, just halfway, and then fold back your tabs. And then when we're done that, we'll do the same thing on the other side. And then when we are all done that, we will flip it over, take our half circle that we folded in half, run a strip of hot glue along the straight side, and attach it to our inner circle there, right on the edge. Then run a strip of hot glue all along the edge of our big circle, and add our other big circle that we cut out. Just right on top, smooth it out. And then we're going to fold it inside out using that inner circle that we made. And our little hat is done. Well, not done, but he is formed. We're going to now just add a little polyfill inside of it. Now I'm going to take just a larger Easter egg, trace around that for another circle. There's a lot of circles in this. Make some more tabs all the way around it. Add a little hot glue around the edges and fold down those tabs. Next, I just used a stencil. Sorry, I got lower than the camera there. And I just cut out a red M from some red flannel as well. Put some glue all the way around that, and we're going to put that right in the center of our hat. Right in the front there. So next I am going to take a pool noodle. This is one of the bigger round pool noodles, and I'm going to cut it at 4 inches long. Next, a piece of fabric that is about 4¼ inches long, and I'm just going to hot glue that and roll that up into my fabric. Get to the end, run a strip of hot glue again, finish it off by trimming it. Then we're going to grab a couple of hair foam rollers. We're going to take the wires out, taking off those little white clips at the bottom and just removing the wires. And then we're going to cut these ones at 4¼ inches long. Grab some red flannel that is just a little bit longer than that, so about a 4½ inches wide, I guess. And then just roll it up, finish it up with some hot glue and trim it. I did leave it a little bit extra edge there so I can hot glue down the edge and fold it down. This one I was smarter and I did a strip of hot glue along the edge first. Then strip of hot glue, add your hot roller and roll it up. Again, finish with some hot glue at the end so it all comes together nice. Next we're going to add our wires back in. Attach them together where the loops are at the top, and then we're going to use a tool to pinch them together so that they don't come apart. Add a little hot glue in the holes at the top of the arm where you want them to be. And then at the bottom I'm going to also add some hot glue and then just tack down the extra little bit of fabric we have there just to cover up our hair foam roller. Next I just took a thin strip about 1½ inches wide of red flannel, and I'm just going to hot glue down both of the sides so that they meet in the middle, making us some nice trim here for the edge of our sleeves. And then we're going to add some hot glue and wrap that around our sleeve, figuring out how long we need them to be, and then just hot glue down the one end. Then add some hot glue all around the edge and wrap your trim around it. Finish it off with some hot glue. Same thing on our other one, wrap it around, finish it with some hot glue. Next I am just taking some blue cotton for his pants, and I cut a piece here. For his pants it is 7½ by 11½ inches. And now I'm just adding a strip of hot glue along both of the long ends and tacking them down. Next we're going to fold that in half. Run a strip of hot glue just about halfway down, not the whole way, about halfway. And press it firmly together. Then we're going to fold it in half again so that that seam is in the center on top there. Fold back your flap so you can find where your seam will have to be on the bottom and make a little slit there just so it's even with your top seam. Then add a strip of hot glue along the one side. Pull your flap back down and press it down together. Same thing on the other side. Strip of hot glue, press your flap back down. Turn them right side out. And then we're going to make another trim piece kind of thing. Same thing as we did for our trim piece. We're making just about 1½ inch wide. Hot glue one side down so it meets in the middle, and then we'll do the other side just so they meet right in the middle. This is for our suspenders. So now we're going to put our pants back onto our pool noodle. Hot glue down the one end so it looks nice. Now I'm going to take the plastic little clips that we took off of our hair foam rollers. We're going to take 2 of those, just punch them into some floral foam there, and then I'm going to paint them yellow. Let those dry, and as they're drying we're going to add our suspenders. So I'm just going to take our strip that we made, hot glue it down, cross it over to the back, make a little snip so we can hot glue down that edge as well, add some more hot glue and attach it right to the back there, just crossing it over. Same thing on the other side, a little bit of hot glue on the front, fold down your edge there, snip it where you need it, hot glue on the back, fold it down, and attach it with some more hot glue. Next I'm going to take our arms that we made, I'm just going to slide them right under the suspenders. Now for the legs, we're taking some blue hair foam rollers. These ones are a little bit of a thicker one. I'm going to add these bamboo skewers. So I'm just going to take my legs and cut them about in half. It does end up being about 4.5 inches long for these ones. We're going to take that little paddle part off of our wooden skewer and add them right to the bottom of our hair foam roller, securing with some hot glue at the bottom. So skewer right in the middle of our hair foam roller, some hot glue, make sure you got a couple inches at least sticking out at the top. And then we're going to pop those right into our little pant legs we made, centering them as best we can. And once we have them where we want them, we're going to pull our pant leg all the way back up there so we can see the top of it. Pull our leg out a little bit, add some hot glue right to our bamboo skewer, and then poke it back in. Same thing on our other one, pull the pant leg up, pull it out a little bit, glue right on the skewer, poke it back in, twist it a little bit to get that glue very nice in there. We're going to take those two little yellow buttons that we made and we're going to just snip off the back, adding some hot glue. Just attach them right to the front of our suspenders there. Then we're going to take some black faux fur. We're going to cut a strip at about 4.5 inches long. Fold it in half, make a space for your nose. So this is a polymer clay nose that I made previously. I will leave a link in the description on how to make those. And I'm just going to add some E6000 glue and some hot glue and attach it right in that space we made for our nose. And now we're going to add some hot glue and attach our mustache right to the front of our gnome here. A little E6000 right on the wire that's poking out of his arms, and poke that right into his hand with some hot glue on the hand. Some E6000 on the wire, little hot glue on our hand, and poke it right into that wire. Press it firmly. Add a little hot glue all around the bottom of his hat. Just gonna hold his arms in, tuck them in, and press that hat right into him. Make sure it goes all the way around his arms there. You want those tucked in. Tack down if you need to with some more hot glue. Next, for his booties, I'm going to take these plastic containers from Dollarama. We're going to add a little hot glue to the bottom of those and attach to some scrap cardboard here. Next, we are going to take half of a plastic Easter egg, add a few pebbles, top that off with a little bit of sand, level it off, some hot glue all around the brim, and attach right in front of our containers. Same thing with our other one. Pebbles, sand, level, glue, attach to our cardboard, and trim all the way around that. We want to make about a figure 8 shape is what we're going to get when we're done. Add a little hot glue right in that little hole just where sand doesn't fall out of our booty. Then we're going to take some brown minky and I'm just going to cut a strip just so it's about 1/2 inch wider than our booty. Add a strip of hot glue right at the edge and then all along the bottom, roll our booty right up in it. Finish off with some hot glue at the end, then trim it off. Some hot glue on top of our egg, tack that down. Some more hot glue on the inside of our container. And then we're going to tack all that fabric right inside the container. Same thing with our second booty, strip of hot glue all along the back and then the bottom. Roll our booty up. Finish with a strip of hot glue. Press it down firmly. Trim it off. Add some more hot glue to the top of our Easter egg. Hot glue along the inside of our container. Tack it all down. We can finish off with a little bit of hot glue right on the front and pinch that together. Next, we're going to take our pant legs, push them back up again, and then we're going to take a good amount of hot glue and press it right into our booties. Then take our legs and stick them firmly flat down inside our booties. Add a little extra hot glue if you need to, and that's it. So there he is, our Mario gnome is done. I was so happy with how he turned out. I made a couple of them. We all know someone in our lives who loves Mario. So I hope you guys like this tutorial, and thanks again for watching. I am so thankful for all of my viewers. You guys really make my day with all the beautiful comments and pictures I've sent. I'm so grateful. So thanks again for watching, and if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. And until our next creation, love to all.